$47,195, 3%, and the variable X. Hello, I'm Andrew Crockett, CPA running for Santa Clara County Assessor. Most of the county services you depend on and rely on, whether it be education, roads, infrastructure, police, and fire, all of these are funded through efforts that the assessor's office makes to ensure that all of the finances on the back end of government are securely made and accurate based on law. So what about these numbers? $47,195 is the amount of dollars one needs to pay if one wants to have a copy of the property data from the Assessors Database currently. That is 484,000 properties worth of data. So what is it about this data? Most counties make this data publicly available for free because you've already paid for it with your taxes. And why is this way? To recoup the costs of producing the data, as per the current assessor's statement. The reason why it costs so much is because we're running a system from the late 1970s for our database. For the last 28 years, while the incumbent, the 7-term incumbent, has been in office, he has never upgraded this database to make it one-click downloadable. This is absurd. And why is it this bad? Because the assessor has tried to save this county money by not investing in infrastructure for the past 28 years. He's claimed to save more than $20 million in the last 28 years and given that money back to the general fund. But here's the problem. By not investing in that infrastructure, what would have been a $5 to $10 million upgrade back in 1995 when the incumbent became assessor for the first time, now it's going to cost us $40 to $50 million. Wiping away all the savings twice over. This is the incumbent who wants another 4 years from you. It doesn't serve you nor me or our neighbors. The terrifying fiscal mismanagement of the current assessor should certainly have us be concerned, but is he managing it reasonably at least? Well, take a look at the February 2022 pulse survey that was commissioned by the County of Santa Clara from Gallup Polling International, one of the most respected polling firms in the nation. They found that the assessor's office score for employee satisfaction was 3% out of 100, compared to all of the other organizations that Gallup Polling International has ever polled. 3% out of 100 is the employee satisfaction rate, which makes sense given the fact that the assessor forced non-vaccinated employees to come back into the office during the height of the pandemic, resulting in a COVID outbreak in the assessor's office. But that's just a testimony to how he doesn't care about his employees. This reflects the general management attitude of less data in the public hands is better. And you can see this really clearly with the last number, the variable X, because this is how much numeric data we know about the financial statements of the assessor's office. Because the assessor of Santa Clara County has never released audited financial statements for that office in the entire time he's been assessor. He states that he's not required to by law, so there is no reason to give this information to you or me or our neighbors. And I look at it as a CPA and I am aghast at this. This is the core back-end position for all financial data that runs our government to serve us. That is an enhanced level of trust that is required to make sure that this office is serving you. And to do that, it requires not just financial accountability. Not only is it about putting this information out there for people to discover, review, and interact with, it's about auditing it so that when people review that data, they can trust it. Because this being the back-end foundation of our government services, if trust in this office declines, that is systemically problematic for all other offices in government. It is our duty to replace any assessor that approaches the office as cavalierly as the incumbent. He depends on your cynicism about government in order to get reelected. And I've had it with that type of cynical governmental paradigm. It's time for this office to serve us all. What will Andrew Crockett, as assessor, bring to you in terms of governance of the Santa Clara County Assessor's Office? I can tell you that $47,195 fee, we're going to get rid of it for nonprofits and government agencies. 2, that 3% score, I am going to do everything in my power to get us at least to the middle of the bell curve. I would love to be able to end up getting into maybe the 90% echelon so that we can end up setting a good example for other government agencies as well as the private sector. We will see a vast improvement when it comes to our county assessor's office when it comes time for the next Gallup-led pulse survey of employee satisfaction from which this data derives. And 3, honesty. Honesty is all about accountability. You set expectations and you deliver on those expectations. And those expectations ought to reflect the duties and obligations of any office of honor, such as the assessor's office. I know completely clearly that my duty is to serve you and get whatever information that the assessor's office has into your hands for your benefit and the benefit of your relatives and the benefit of your neighbors. It's about public service. And one of the key parts of this is the fact the current assessor has never issued audited financial statements for the assessor's office. We don't know how money flows into and out of this office. We have no idea. He does technically abide by the requirement that audited financial statements be issued by having them folded into the county-wide financial statements, which obscures all of the moves of money because the assessor's office is less than 1% of the county. So by complying in this way, he's hiding the information you need to know whether or not he's serving you financially, responsibly, accountably. In every way that I can have this office be of service to you and our community, that's what I'll be doing. I look forward to your partnership in this as we find all the ways that government can be of service. I look forward to serving you. Live long and prosper, y'all.